Not yet. T-minus 17 seconds and count. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
Can you hear me tonight? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. And what would this stream with me be if there wouldn't be any technical issues, right? And now what I'm going to tell you now, you're probably going to get a heart attack, right? Because I am probably the worst live streamer there is. And when I'm going to tell you, we're going to start a new live stream tomorrow, where we're going to do a little bit, try to make it more professional, sexy looking. You know, then you're probably going to really laugh, because I can't even master this. So how am I going to master something tomorrow that we actually have practiced a little bit on, but there might be a few little minor details, technical issues like always. So I hope you bear with me. Anyway, what are we going to talk about today? Well, you know, I think I deserve to call myself sexy looking, but also the heavyweight champion when it comes to crypto projections. And I thought today, it's not really like when I say we're going to go down to 20, but I am going to state it with a bit of facts, or try to time with some information when, not exactly when, but yes, when. Let's see when we think that this bear market is over. I think it's soon. I do believe that 2023 will be in line with the Web 3.0. Probably also a Bitcoin ETF will be launched. I truly believe 2023 will be the year we take off. Some did disagree. I said timing is difficult, but we should go in and have a look at that. And could be a sound is good. Sound like some new. Perfect. Anyway, yeah, we got to start. But remember, this stream tonight and the stream tomorrow is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
Yeah, so this is how we do it. Actually, that was the first. I just wanna, but we also, yeah, see, already there, lost it. We gotta take that transition away. You gotta bear with me. So, what else are we gonna talk about? Geopolitics a little bit. We are also gonna look at a few coins, and we're gonna look at who's going to beat good old sleepy Uncle Joe. Anyway, now we need to start. That's how we start. So tomorrow there will not be two transitions. And there will not be so much private talk. I'm gonna try to be professional. That's how that goes. Anyway, I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well then please hit like, smash, subscribe, so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos. So that you can, and this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Arachi, and I am the host of this little show. Before we have another intro, you see I'm down here. That's always where you see you get the first, right? Tomorrow I'm gonna be dancing down here in the corner, but you already see the first technical mistake is you can't see the charts, so we gotta get that up and running until tomorrow. Anyway, the level of market manipulation, what are we having here? We're looking at the 15-minute charts. BTC is up 2.9%, but 19,866. We got Ethereum at 1,128. Up 4.7% now. Ethereum was now Bitcoin is up 3%. Cardano at 46 at 1.3, and we got DOT at 7% up. Well, you know, yeah. If we look at the charts, especially if we look at it's a little bit of lossless, right? So no need to go in and look at this chart because we all know sideways, boring. We are waiting for something to happen. Now, when it's gonna happen, I don't know, but that's why we're gonna go right into looking at what I deem is the main topic of this stream. We know 20,000 here, 20,000 here, building both resistance and support. However, we gotta give it up for the 7-day moving average, though, right? Now we're looking at the weekly. Remember, I do think we're gonna go up and do a little kissy. The 7-day moving average on the weekly has never really been wrong. What can I say? Anyway, talking about charts and let's get right before we get into the main topic of today. When do we think we're gonna see the end of the bear market? We need to go and say hello to the chat. We got Harry Potter here, we got Ripper, we got Shahida, meet my soul brother, Cryptostan, Sarah, how are you doing? And of course, my good friend also, Vax Fran, who soon, I think, when is it, August or September? When is that you're going to Disney World? I'm thinking about it. See if I get my kids before that, I will join you there. Good looking. You are always fantastic looking and you're sexy looking. Boris, how are you doing? Thank you so much, sound is okay. And we got Steve Pigmy. I think Steve Pigmy is new. Harrison Tran is here. Good to see you, CryptoGorgy. And we got Rushran McManaman. Winnie Beck here. Good to see all of you. I'm happy you're here. Let me see how many viewers we got, because we are the littlest, smallest crypto channel on the interweb. Not like Big Boys and his big pants, right? Anyway, let's go and have a look. So, when I think that the bear market is over, I always like to base it on some kind of, I don't know, stats, figures, even though we all know that, you know, the past is no indication of the future. It's very simplistic. What I kind of like did today was, I went in and I had a look at Glassnode. So what we can see here, basically, that may not make so much sense to you right at the moment, but we are calculating not only the percentage from Bitcoin's historical highs to their lows. No, what I wanted to calculate today was the time from the historical high to their historical low. So I made this chart here, slide, and actually want to go back only to 2013. It is so simple, but yet again, it, you know, maybe an indication. So if we go back to 2013, we saw Bitcoin having a high of 1,163, November 2013. It then reached a low of $152 in January 2015. So that means that from the high to the low, it took 14 months, and altogether, the drawdown was 86%. There have been obviously many, I mean, it's a volatile market. I think I don't need to tell you that, but these are some of the big ones, the big boys, right? The next one was then in December 2017, when we saw Bitcoin at 19,666. I will take these numbers from Glassnode. And some can be, sometimes can be a little higher, a little lower. It depends if it's a weekly, monthly, the day charts, minute chart, close, open. But this is approximately where it was. So in 2017, December, we saw a high of almost 20,000. Then in January 2019 is when we saw the low of 3,220. So that means that it took from the high to the low 14 months, and altogether we saw a drawdown of 83%. So, how can we move that into today's view? Well, we had a high in October, and maybe let's go back and look at so you can follow it a little. We can look at it together. If we look at Bitcoin here, right? So we can see we had the high here, which was in November 2021. And but that was not the close, so that's why we put in October. But I think it doesn't really matter if October, November, right? So let me just go here. That was the high. And as of now, we have seen the low, which was in June, 2 weeks ago, at around 17,700. Now, from the high that we saw last year in October, it's only been 9 months and only down 72%. So when I made my, my purple line down here at around the 12,000 level, that would kind of exactly mathematically be equal to around 81%, around 81, 82%. Now, who knows, right? It could go down further, it could go down less, but it's just an indication. So we are 9 months into the bear market, basically, of Bitcoin. We're down 72%, even though not as of today's price, but as what the lowest price we saw in June. And 72%. So it seems to me that the 12,000 could be happening in the next 5 months. Now, what do I know? I don't know shit about crypto, but I think there are a few things where we could see a turnaround. Anyway, this is the past story, or the past, and I kind of think it could be a good opportunity. Anyway, so let's move on to the next piece of news, and that is we got this new chart here. We're talking about the CBDC. Oh, wait, before we talk about the CBDCs, I just want to say this was basically the topic of today, and I didn't want to beat around the bush and keep it until the end. So yeah, that was it. No, we don't cheat around, beat around the bush. We say what we think, and I believe that's a good indication. And now it's just the rest of the news of the day. And too much talking. Cannot do that tomorrow. Anyway, the CBDC world map is important. I remember when I was kind of sharing the CBDC or the development like a year ago, it was for everybody, it was utopia. No, I mean, CBDCs, it's fantasy. What is it really? And still a lot of people do not know what the CBDC is, the central bank digital currency. But here on this world map, we can pretty much see that 10 has already been launched, 15 are in pilot, and 24 are developing. And you should ask yourself, I'm sorry guys, I need a Bahama Mama moment here. Bahama Mama. See, the world these days doesn't really agree on a lot, right? We're seeing Ukraine and Russia and the West against the East and Shanghai Cooperation Organization. We're seeing a lot of trouble. But when it comes to being united, hand in hand, arm in arm, about developing the future of finance, and when I say the future of finance on the blockchain, if it's decentralized now, that would be a dream. But I have never seen such unity from a global perspective as when it comes to the CBDC. It seems that they are all heading in the same direction, and they don't know no differences. Food for thought, right? Just think about that for a minute. Anyway, so here we will always be able to track it, and of course we will update you. But I do believe that the central bank digital currency will be launched much sooner than later. I actually think that 2023 will be the year where we're going to see a turnaround. And I want to now take you back to these charts. Let's go in here. And I want to look at Bitcoin on the daily. You see, I want to take you back to 2016. Back to 2016. We can't even go that much back here on Binance. But nevertheless, I got into crypto around, 2016. And I was holding my Ethereum and Bitcoin for that matter, and it went all the way up here. And then still kept them diamond hands at that time. And I held them all the way down here until it went up. Well, it taught me a lesson. But what I want to say with this is that's why I wanted to point out how long in the past it took from the all-time high to go down to the low. And if we think about it, if it's 14 months or 15 months or whatever, and we will soon be around this, hopefully around 12,000, soon this point. Now, if you have listened to me and you followed what we do here, we're going to have a lot of fun all the way up. A lot of fun all the way up. We're going to have, by the time that we reach, let's go in here. Like, I remember when Bitcoin then in 20 hit 20,000 again after, I don't know, what was it, like almost 3 years. I mean, I was static, because I had made a lot of money from down here up there again. But of course, ultra static that it just kept going. I'm trying to point that out because people, the media, the mainstream media, and whoever writes about it, and for that matter, a lot of other YouTubers and whatever, they're talking about, hey, the bear market is now, the crypto winter is now, it's coming. No, goddammit. I mean, we are close to the end of it. So now when everybody is talking about how bad it is, that's actually when you start picking them up. But you will not experience, or we will not see the mainstream media or other idiots talking or hyping up the cryptocurrency industry until we're going to reach Bitcoin's last all-time high around 64,000. So the fact that if you can actually get in now, and we bought it at discount, and we enjoy the ride all the way up to the previous all-time highs, we're going to be dancing and happy and everything is good. Because everybody expects not Bitcoin or the crypto market to end. Now let's use Bitcoin as guidance at 64,000, right? They expect 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. So I think right now is a very, very good moment. Anyway, let's go back to the presentation. I hope it makes sense. If not, ask the questions and I will try to answer them better. Now let's move on to some other news. And what do we have here? The Central African Republic. They are really on it. They officially launched the Sango project in a launch event titled Sango Genesis Event. And the Sango project refers to the development of a government-backed crypto hub aimed at attracting businesses and global crypto talent, enthusiasts, ramping up local BTC adoption, overseeing the rollout of crypto regulatory. I think we talk way too much about this. Every time we talk about news, we have the Central African Republic here. They do a lot, but I don't think it's that interesting. If you want to know more about the Central African Republic, you just go and you do your own research when it comes to that. The next piece of news, however, is Cardano. And I think that is important because also when I was talking about Cardano here the other day, there was a bit of, I don't know, I would say negativity when it came to Cardano. And some also said, yeah, they only got bad protocols and nothing is good there. Well, they don't have a lot yet, that's for sure. But I do think, I mean, don't underestimate Charles, right? He's one of the co-founders of Ethereum. And I do believe, if you look at the four horsemen that kind of founded Ethereum, right? It was Charles from Cardano, it was Robinhood, Gavin Wood from Polkadot, and obviously also Joseph Lubin from Consensus. Now they have all three of them have really moved on and are going in different direction, but then again, same when it comes to interoperability, right? Polkadot is going to be very interoperable with Ethereum and Cardano too. I would not underestimate the power of Cardano. And also, if you look at it from another perspective, funny enough, Polkadot is very, very exposed more to kind of like the Asian market, and Cardano more to the African market. And that's actually why we put the Central African Republic and Cardano together.
Hello Africa, tell me how you doing. Hello motherland, tell me how you doing. Hello Africa, tell me how you doing. Hello motherland, tell me how you doing.
Peace and love to Africa. So when it comes to Cardano, the much anticipated Vasil hard fork has been completed on the Cardano testnet, bringing it one major step closer to becoming a reality on the mainnet and promising broad performance upgrades. So Cardano is slow, but they are moving towards the main goal. And I think now I think they're gonna, like, for 1 month they're gonna have some internal or with the main protocols that is going to, you know, build on them, give it a test and see if it's going to work as good. Anyway, we will keep you updated, and let's hope. And, you know, I believe in Charles and Cardano. The next thing, I didn't mention this last week, but I thought this is important. The European Union, they have actually come up now with a crypto regulation, and they call it the MiCA, Markets in Crypto Assets. And what we wanted to point out here is that, well, now we know it's called Markets and Crypto Assets Framework, and it provides guidance for crypto asset service providers to operate within the European Union. It's just what I also said last week. It is just another proof, another sign that blockchain mass adoption is only a matter of time, and I think rather sooner than later. Now I want to take you to another thing that could actually push up the markets. We're going to go and talk about one little thing about the traditional markets, and I think that's Donald Trump. You see, we can say many things about Donald Trump, we can say many things about Joe Biden, but I think if we look at their track records, it seems to me that Trump did a lot better than Biden did. And I also think that the rest of the world, from a geopolitical point of view, believe that if Trump would have been president now, we would not have seen this escalation between the West and Russia. But that is what some say. So why am I pointing this out? It is because Donald Trump, I took this from CNN, but there are rumors that he will actually already announce his, that he's going to run for president in 2024 earlier than anticipated. Why am I pointing this out? We all knew he was going to run, but we know that the markets, they sometimes play tricks on us, right? So I wouldn't be surprised that once he's going to announce his presidency, that we could actually perhaps even see the market go up a little bit. Now, I know it goes against everything else we've seen in the past, but come on. Nobody could be worse than Joe Biden, and Joe Biden has taken not only the United States of America into a very bad place, but actually the entire world. So it could be that once Trump is going to announce it, that, for all absurd reasons, that we could see the market, turn around. Who knows? I also so the latest on Russia and Ukraine, because this is important for every one of us. And as always, a lot of talks about Ukraine joining NATO or not, but we are seeing now security guarantees on the way to NATO. So Ukraine and international experts, they will look for optimal security guarantees. Basically, Ukraine, they want, if they cannot be a part of the European Union, if they cannot be a part of NATO, they are begging for some kind of security from NATO. Now let's see if that's going to happen or not. You need to keep an eye on this. I have to say I live in Ukraine, but the more I'm here and the more I see the way that the president here, he's handling things, I don't think that he's handling it very, very good. And I also want to point this out. Now we're a little bit more into the war. You see, this is the region that Russia always wanted, right? And they wanted that from when they started the war in 24th of February. Was it ever a question that Ukraine were going to be able to resist the Russian forces, the army of Russia? I don't think so. Now, Russia could have taken this in probably a few days. We could have had lot less casualties and a lot less debt for Ukraine. Anyway, 4 months later, Russia has taken what they wanted to take, but Ukraine is really, really in bad shape. Anyway, I don't know what you think about that, because it's not the end of it, right? That's unfortunately. What we're seeing here is also that Russia, they're doing military exercises in Kaliningrad after Lithuania, and Lithuania is a part of Europe. They've been halting transit of Russian freight export. I don't know if you've been following that, but that is also very worrying news. Anyway, so servicemen from the Baltic Sea Fleet of the Russian Federation, they are conducting a training exercise for missile and artillery units in Kaliningrad Oblast. And approximately 1,000 Russian soldiers and over 100 pieces of military and special equipment from missile and artillery units are involved in the training maneuvers. And the governor of Kaliningrad of the Russian Federation announced that Lithuania banned the transit of freight trains carrying goods sanctioned by the EU through its territory. So the Russian Federation has said that Russia will be free to solve the issue however it deems appropriate if the EU does not address the blockade of Kaliningrad. I just want to move on and say that there's been some problems, right? So I'm not pro-Russian and I'm not pro-West. I hope that's important, but I'm pro-peace. And so Lithuania, which is a former Soviet state, very, very little, small, I think they have like 2 million people living there. Do they actually really care if Russia is gonna keep, what do you say, selling or using that transit route that they have in the past? No. So obviously they are provoking Russia, right? And say, no, you can't do this anymore because there are sanctions on it. Just like when Russia last Sunday, they were declared, almost bankrupt because they defaulted on international bond payment. But Russia did pay it, but the European Union had frozen the assets and they wouldn't accept Euroclear. Euroclear wouldn't accept to transfer the rubles to the investors because it was sanctioned. So it seems to me that there are a lot of, provocation going on, and that could trigger something bad. The next thing is also, when we talk about bad things, is that in Finland, it was actually proposed to create a NATO base on the border with Russia, right? And we do know that this whole thing started because Russia doesn't want NATO to get closer to the Russian border. But anyway, so in Finland, it was proposed to build a NATO base in the city of Lappeenranta. It's half an hour's drive from the border with Russia. And the mayor of this little city there, he expressed hope that after the state's accession to the alliance, it will be possible to place a NATO base in the city. This idea arose when talks about Finland's joining the military political bloc intensified. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you think that they had a great idea and Finland, they need a NATO base right on the border with Russia. Do you think it's a good idea? Or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know. Anyway, that's it from today. I can feel I'm a little rusty here. You know, sometimes we want to put in a lot of information and I still don't have the transitions very well set up. Let's hope I will do better tomorrow. We are changing our times. So we're going to try now for the next month to do it at 5 GMT time. So that will be 5 in the afternoon GMT time, where we're going to do a half an hour of a live stream. I'm going to be much quicker, try at least, and more concrete. Not so much, chit chat. And then we're going to do a Saturday night live where we can do all the chit chat and transitions as we like. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if this, let me just say any questions. Shade, Ukraine bill for the war is 900 billion. 900 billion. Yes, and I think you hit it right there. It's about $1 trillion. And I mean, I think if normal, rational people like you and I, we will sit down and we had the choice to go through with this war, come to a conclusion, I think we would come to a conclusion. My thoughts on Algorand. Usually I would say great and good. These days I gotta be a little bit careful because sometimes we're seeing bad news around from everywhere, and that there could also be some ripple effects from Voyager, also from Three Arrows. I think we're getting closer to capitulation. So let me, before I say anything about Algorand, I will keep it in my mind, but I can't right now. But usually I would say it's great. So what do you say? Wouldn't it be Algo in Africa? Well, I don't know. I know for sure that Cardano is focusing on Africa. That's for sure. Changes are always nice. Galileo. I love that. I can't pronounce it, but I love it. What do you say? I kind of like the laid back style. Yeah, well, Russian, I'm laid back. I mean, I'm not laid back. I'm so nervous. I'm just, well, yeah. But we'll still keep it up. Let's see what's better. I actually also maybe like these evening streams better. Because I see you guys as a family, and I actually don't care if we only have 40 or 20 people watching, because I'm not a YouTuber to make YouTube money. I'm here to help, and I like that we have this personal relationship. So but let's see where it takes us. Let's see where it takes us. Crazy world, that's true, Panos. What do you say, FT? Imagine 6th January. Keep on mind that. What do you say, 6th of January? What is that? I want to know. What do you know? Let me know. 6th of January. What is there? That was this year, right? When the White House, right, in Washington. Is that what you're talking about? Anyway, so Danish, we forgot about. Yes, we did. For God's sake, we forgot. But maybe sometimes it's good about Danish Racer that he has this XYO. When I looked into it, and it's a difficult coin for me to understand. And these days, before we end, I do want to say, I think we are. No, I mean, what you have to take out of this stream is that we are far from the all-time high. Are we going to go much further down? I don't know, right? But I think that already now, as I've said before, it's good to average in. Let hopefully the past be an indication of the future. It can also be, and let's hope that all these politicians are not that fucking stupid that they will let this escalate into a third world war. So perhaps we could see a turnaround. Perhaps we could see Russia and Ukraine. You see, because the way that I see it, I don't, we never needed that war, but we needed that war in order to justify the terrible situation of the monetary system. So maybe now they can say, it was a bad thing, and the economy is in hell. But now we're gonna, make it better on the blockchain. So maybe we could see a turnaround quicker than expected. Maybe this, I don't know. We'll talk more about that. Food for thought. I love you so much, and we will keep in touch every day. That's the only thing. And one more thing. Don't leave now. I mean, you can leave my stream. Don't leave the cryptocurrency industry now. It's the worst time you can leave. Now is the time to educate yourself. Now is the time to get the quality coins over quantity. You will not regret it. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And I hope I brought you just a little bit of value. Just remember, don't have a plan B, because this is it.
You know who has a plan B? The people that lose. That's a fact. The people who go all in, the people who burn the ships and leave themselves no other option but success. Those people are dedicating all their skills, all their resources, all their energy into producing a specific outcome. And if you're competing against someone who's going all in with every resource they have, and you're only going half in because you're half in and you're half out, guess what? You're gonna lose. So you guys out there with your plan B mentality, you need to take that and set it on fire, because all it's gonna get you is more of what you already have. Every single person that wins big, every single person that you look at, every single person that you're inspired by, every single person that you aspire to be like, they only have one plan, and that is they are gonna win or they are gonna die trying. All these people out there talking about, oh, well, if that doesn't work out, I'll just go back to this. Whatever this is, which happens to be their miserable life they have now, those people always lose.
What's the most important key to success? I think it's hunger. It's not getting satisfied. What matters is hunger. A hunger that doesn't go, a hunger to learn, a hunger to grow, a hunger to serve, a hunger to give, a hunger to create breakthroughs.
Every single day of my life, I feel like giving 100. Somebody said yesterday, E.T., you gave 120. What you gonna do tomorrow? I said, I don't know. Give 140. But I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because I'm counting on me. My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to wait.
You gotta talk like you got power even when you've been through shame. You gotta talk like you got power even when you've made mistakes. You gotta talk like you're getting up even though your bones are still in the valley. You gotta talk like you're going somewhere.
You have to take the hand you've been dealt and make the most of it. Nothing that's happened to you has stopped your destiny. Don't let one bad break, one injustice, one difficult season cause you to be sour. When we go through loss, things we don't understand, that victim mentality will always come knocking at the door. Instead of having a victim mentality, switch over to a victor mentality. That bad break is not how your story ends. The loss, the sickness, the injustice is not going to limit the rest of your life. You didn't like it, but what you can't see is it set you up for double.